In this section, we'll review the outputs of the risk identification process. The only output of this process is the risk register, and this includes a list of identified risks, the list of potential responses, the root causes of the risks, and the updated risk categories, as well as the triggers. We're going to go into a little detail on each of these. The list of identified risks should include the risk event and its consequences, along with an assigned tracking number for each risk. The number is meant to ensure that the risk is treated as unique and is not confused with any other similar sounding risks. The list of potential responses documents the actions to be taken if the risk occurs. It also lists the mitigation or the resolution to the impact of the risk to the project. At this point, you're not necessarily going to select the specific response, although you might if it's an obvious one. The specific response is selected in a later process. Also included are the root causes of risks. As we discussed earlier, this is the identification of the real problem and not its symptoms using various cause and effect analysis techniques. And lastly, we have the updated risk categories, which are meant to identify the various patterns or categories of risks and group them accordingly. You want to keep this category list updated and associate risks routinely. If you've created a risk breakdown structure, you'd also want to update that if it's applicable. Triggers signal that a risk is about to occur, and it documents the watch or alert activities or events that could bring about a risk. This concludes our review of the risk identification process. In the next section, we'll review the next process, qualitative risk analysis.